Hello dear students, I am Pankaj and today we will study social science of 6th class. The name is this book is The Earth Our Habitat. Habitat means the place where we live. Because we live on the earth, so we can say that the earth is our habitat. So this is the name of this book, The Earth Our Habitat. Clear? Today we will discuss about the first chapter, that is the earth in the solar system. And in this chapter we will read about the sun, the moon, the planet and few more things. So let's start the first chapter. The first chapter is the earth in the solar system. Okay, now how wonderful it is to watch the sky after sunset. One would first notice one or two bright dots shining in the sky. Soon you would see the number increasing. You cannot count them anymore. Clear? It means how wonderful it is to watch the sky after sunset. Sunset means the time in the evening when the sun disappearing, and after sunset we can see only one or two bright dots shining in the sky. Clear? But gradually the number of these dots increasing. You cannot count them. So it looks very wonderful after sunset, because before sunset there is not a single bright dot shining in the sky, but after sunset the sky is filled with these dots. So the sky looks very wonderful after sunset. Okay, now the whole sky is filled with tiny shining objects. Some are bright, others dim. It seems as if the sky is studded with diamonds. They all appear to be twinkling. Okay, the whole sky is filled with tiny shining objects. Some are bright, others dim. It seems as if the sky is studded with diamonds. It means the whole sky is filled with these small dots. Some are bright and some are dim. Means some stars or some shining objects has more light and some shining objects has less light. So the shining objects that has more light we can say that are bright, and that shining objects that has less light we can say that are dim. Clear? So some has more light and some has less light. When we see in the sky at night, it seems there are so many diamonds that are decorated. Studded means decorated. And when we see in the sky at night, it looks that there are so many diamonds that are decorated in the sky. They all look as if they are twinkling. Clear? Now, but if you look at them carefully, you will notice that some of them do not twinkle as others do. They simply glow without any flicker, just as the moon shines. From here to here, as you can see, the moon does not twinkle in the sky. Does the moon twinkle? No, the moon does not twinkle in the sky. It has a fixed light. Okay, and when we see very carefully in the sky, we realize that all stars do not twinkle like the moon. Only some stars twinkle. Okay, there are some stars who twinkles in the sky, but totally stars do not twinkle in the sky. Okay, now this is an activity. We do not do this. Okay, from here, along with these bright objects, you may also see the moon on most of the days. It may, however, appear at different times in different shapes and at different positions. You can see the full moon only once in about a month's time. It is full moon night or Purnima. Okay, along with these bright objects, we can see the moon at night most of the days, not every day. We can see the moon in the sky most of the time, not every day. Most of the time we can see the moon among the stars. Okay, right. It may, however, appear at different times. The moon, sometimes the moon comes very soon in the sky, but sometimes it comes late. I hope you see this. Sometimes the moon comes very soon in the sky, but sometimes it comes late. Sometimes it has a full shape and sometimes half. Sometimes you see this type of moon in the sky. Have you seen? Yes, I hope you have seen. Clear? Sometimes we see this type of moon. This type of moon is called a full moon. Clear? And sometimes we see a half moon like this shape or like this shape. Clear? This is a half moon and this is a full moon. In middle we can see the full moon. Clear? It is the full moon night or Purnima. Now what is Purnima? Here is a point. Purnima or a full moon night. What is full moon night or Purnima? When we can see the full moon only once in about a month's time, it is full moon night or Purnima. What is Purnima? When we can see the full moon in the sky, that time is called Purnima or full moon night. Clear? Once again, I repeat it. What is Purnima? Purnima is that time when we can see the full moon in the sky. Clear? When we can see the full moon in the sky, we can see that Purnima. Okay. A fortnight later, fortnight means after 15 days. Fortnight means 15 days period. A fortnight later, you cannot see it at all, and after 15 days you cannot see the full moon. Clear? It is disappearing after 15 days. A fortnight later, you cannot see it at all. It is a new moon night or Amavasya. And now, what is Amavasya? Amavasya, what is Amavasya? How can you define that? What is Amavasya? After Purnima, the moon is changing. Moon is going to start change his shape. So when it completely changed its shape, so we can say that time Amavasya. A fortnight later, you cannot see it at all. It is a new moon night or Amavasya. Okay, clear? What is Amavasya? A fortnight later, from here we can define this definition. A fortnight later, you cannot see it at all. It is a new moon night or Amavasya. And on this day, you can watch the night sky best provided it is a clear night. Okay. What is Amavasya? Amavasya is that night when we cannot see the full moon after Purnima. And on Purnima, on Amavasya, the sky is clear. We can see everything in the sky. Do you wonder why can't we see the moon and all those bright tiny objects during daytime? It is because the every bright lights of the sun does not allow us to see all these bright objects of the night sky. Do you wonder why can't we see moon and all those bright tiny objects during daytime? When do the moon go in daytime? Do you realize that? When do the stars go in the daytime? Do they go in other place, in any other place? Do they go to any other atmosphere? No. Actually, it is because the very bright light of the sun does not allow us to see all these bright objects of the night. Clear? Because the sun has lots of light, and in the presence of these lights we cannot see the moon and the other objects which are present in the sky. We cannot see them. Clear? I hope you got understood this point. You got very clearly why we cannot see the moon and the other objects during daytime. The reason is only that the sun has a lots of light. The sun has very bright light, and in the presence of the sun's light we cannot see the moon and the other objects which are present in the sky. The sun, the moon, and all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial bodies. Now, we'll discuss about celestial bodies. What is celestial body, and we can say what are celestial bodies. So, the sun, the moon, and all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial body. The that everything we can see in the sky and which is shining in the sky at night, we can say that are all celestial bodies. Clear? Because the sun is a shining star, the moon is a shining object, and all those objects which has a sign and which can shine in the sky at night, we can say that are all celestial bodies. Clear? It means celestial bodies are the group of the sun, the moon, and all those objects which shines in the sky are called celestial bodies. Because the sun shines in the sky, so we can say the sun is a celestial body. Okay, the moon shines in the sky, so we can say the moon is a celestial body. Star shines in the sky, so we can say stars are celestial bodies. All that things which shines in the sky, that are called celestial bodies. Clear? The sun, so we can see the sun, the moon, and all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial bodies. Okay, now some celestial bodies are very big and hot. They are made up of gases. They have their own heat and light which they emit in large amount. These celestial bodies are called stars. The sun is a stars. Now, some celestial bodies are very big and hot. As you know that what is celestial body? Celestial body, the sun, the moon, and all those objects shining in the sky are called celestial bodies. And some celestial bodies are very big in shape, okay, and very hot. They are made up of gases. Clear? They have their own heat and light which they emit. They have their own heat and light which they emit. Emit means produce or make in large amount. These celestial bodies are called stars. Now, the term star. What is star? Stars are those celestial bodies. They have their own heat and which they emit in large amount. These celestial bodies are called stars. Now you can define that what is star. What is stars? Stars are their celestial bodies which have their own heat and light and which they emit, which they produce in large amounts. These celestial bodies are known as stars because the sun has its own heat and light and it emit in large amount, so we can say the sun is a celestial body. Clear? I hope you understood. I repeat it once again for you. What is stars? Stars are those celestial bodies which have their own heat and light which they emit in large amounts. These type of celestial bodies are called stars. Countless twinkling stars in the night sky are similar to the sun, but we do not feel their heat or light, and they look so tiny because they are very, very far from us. Now, there is a question. The sun is near to us, okay? The sun is near to the earth, so we can feel the heat and the light of the sun because some stars are similar to the sun, okay, and even some stars are bigger than to the sun in the sky, but we cannot feel their heat and their light. What is the reason? The reason is that because the sun is near to us, okay, so we can feel the heat of the sun, we can feel the light of the sun, but the star which are similar to the sun, they are very, very far from us, so we cannot feel the heat and the light of that stars. Clear? Okay, you must have noticed that all objects look smaller when seen from a distance. How small an aeroplane looks when it is flying at a great height. This is the example that's shown this. Okay, now moving on another topic. While watching the night sky, you may notice various patterns formed by different groups of stars. These are called constellations. Now we will discuss about constellation. Constellation means Taramandal. And what is constellation? While watching the night sky, you may notice various patterns formed by different group of stars. Clear? Ursa Major or Big Bear is one such constellation. One of the most easily recognizable constellation is the Saptarishi. Sapta means seven and Rishi means sages. It is a group of seven stars that forms a part of Ursa Major constellation. Ask someone elder in your family or neighborhood to show you more stars, planets and constellations in the sky. Clear? To understand this concept, what are you seeing in this picture? You are seeing that there are a group of stars. Clear? 1 2 here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. There are 7 stars. Clear? You can see it. There are 7 stars and it is making a pattern. This is a pattern. This is a pattern. Clear? This is the pattern which is made by the stars. Clear? And if the stars makes a pattern, that is called constellation. Clear? What is constellation? How can you define the term of constellation? Constellation means a group of stars which make a repeated pattern. In a very simple way, we can say the constellation is a group of stars which make a repeated pattern. We can see it in this because there are 7 stars. It means it is a group of stars and it is making a pattern. Clear? Are you seeing this? It is making a pattern. These are making pattern, so we can say this is constellation. Constellation means Tara Mandal, तारों का समूह. Okay, now Ursa Major or Big Bear is one such constellation. The name of some constellations are Ursa Major or Big Bear. Okay, one of the most easily recognizable constellation is the Saptarishi. Here in this picture we can say the Saptarishi Taramandal. Clear? Because there are 7 stars in this constellation, so it is known as the Saptarishi Taramandal or Saptarishi constellation. Clear? Okay. In ancient times, people used to determine direction during the night with the help of stars. The North Star indicates the north direction. It is also called the pole star. It always remains in the same position in the sky. We can locate the position of the pole star with the help of the Saptarishi. Look at the figure 1.1. You will notice that if an imaginary line is drawn joining the pointer stars and extended further, it will point to the pole star. Now, here we can say the ancient people means our former peoples. Ancient time means a very long time ago, the time of 17th century, the time of 18th century, the time of 19th century. We can say it an ancient time. Clear? And there is no compass to find out the direction. The people of that ancient time use this. I will understood you. As you know, these are our direction. Okay, this is east and this is west. This is our north direction and this is our south direction. Clear? This is our north direction. How the people of our ancient time find out the direction? They see the night. They see in the sky at night this star, and this star is our pole star. Okay, this is our pole star. These are our Saptarishi Taramandal. Okay, and these two are the pointer stars, and we can imagine that we can draw a line between these two and the pole star. Okay, and this imaginary line, this line is shows this line. If we move it further, this goes to this star, and this is our pole star. So the people of our ancient times used to determine direction during the night with the help of this star. Clear? The north star indicates the north direction. The north star indicates the north direction. Always it indicates the north direction. It is also called the pole star. Pole star means Dhruv Tara. We say it Dhruv Tara in Hindi. It always indicates the same direction, that is north. So it is also known as the north star. Okay, we can locate the position of the pole star with the help of the Saptarishi Taramandal. As you do it, these are our Saptarishi Taramandal, and with the help of these Saptarishi Taramandal we can find out our pole star, that is our pole star. So the former people, the ancient people, used to determine direction during the night with the help of these stars. Okay, now I hope this is enough for today's video, and in the next video we will discuss about the solar system. Okay, once again we will summarize that what we taught today. Clear? We have discussed today, okay, number 1, the Purnima, okay, the Amavasya, and celestial bodies, stars, and the Saptarishi Taramandal and pole star. So this is enough for today's video, and in the next video we'll discuss about the solar system. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.